be chilling tonight. I need to feel tonight, man. Hey, man, where my radio, man? Yeah, let's go. I need you to turn that up. Jamming tonight. Turn on the radio. You and I turn on the radio. Yeah, yeah. Turn on the radio. You and I turn on the radio.
Pull the way up like we in a club. Fly flashy, grown classy, so turn it to dub. Saturday mornings, no walk of shame, we fresh up. 950 lounge, that's my guilty pleasure. I don't miss my favorite show, I put everything on hold. Work the baby, even the babysitter know. When 950 come on, don't bother. I'm locked in 10 to 1, no problem.
Turn on the radio. You and I turn on the radio. Yeah.
We transition a little bit with another young lady, another superstar in her own right, who's doing some amazing things on the runway. Obviously, with Fashion Week fast approaching, she'll be probably somebody you'll see, maybe a little bit made up, different things. I used one of those nice pictures. It was a very risque picture, but it went well for us. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 950 Lounge, the lovely, super talented Jaquii to the show. Thank you, darling.
Thank you for having me.
Good morning.
Yes,
Good morning.
Good morning.
Now, you know, again, I mean, on this show, and we've been doing this for 4 years, we brought a lot of quote-unquote models.
Let's get it right.
No, let's be honest.
But you are and I'm not knocking them, but you are a runway model. This is, you know,
Official.
Milan, you know, Fashion Week. You hit the runway. You got the wicked walk, the eyes, the makeup. Talk about that experience as a professional to say, you know what, I model for a living. It's got to be unique just to come out and say that.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a fun journey. I mean, even like when I first started out, I wasn't even thinking about modeling. I just happened to like come across a casting. I was like, oh, let me just try it and see. And then I was looking through like old pictures. I'm like, oh, snap, that's like my first runway show. I'm like, wow, how, you know, time has flew. And it's been a great experience, and I enjoy it. And it's like me being on the runway is kind of like an alter ego, but not really, because it's just, I feel regal and like calm, and like I don't even get nerves anymore.
So when you get ready, like obviously we do this show, you know, we go through. I'm probably not the most likable person 10 minutes up to the show.
Sure, you're right.
No doubt. And they can contest. So when you get ready to get in character, like I saw one picture that, and big shout out to Yvonne for bringing you up here, that he was like in a blue face or something like that. So when you get ready to hit that runway, is it like a euphoric feeling, like, you know, when it's time, it's show time? Like what's the build up before you like hit the stage?
For me, it's like, if I know what I'm doing, like I get that direction. I know I'm pretty much, that's like my job. I'm going out there, I'm making sure the clothes look good, I'm making sure that I'm promoting the designer, and making sure that I'm presenting what they want me to present to them.
Right.
So it's like a kind of a rush that is like, once you see the cameras at the end, I know I gotta hit my pose, and it's
game time.
Yeah.
It's on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you want. I know you looking kind of hard there. She's tall. I know you like tall.
Oh yes, I do love tall.
And light skin.
Yeah, well, I didn't say that. I didn't go there.
This guy.
I'm about to get Rashida Strober back on you.
But like doing the runway modeling and everything else, I know you might have met Tyra Banks and a couple of other ones before, or not too much?
No, not too much. I haven't met too many celebrities, but there was a time that I did like BET Rip the Runway back when they had it, and that was a really fun experience. It was a long day, but it was a really fun experience to be able to be on that stage and then see myself on TV. It was like, ooh.
Yeah, you've done a few things, Uptown Fashion Week, the Latin Fashion Week,
yes.
Bronx Fashion Week. Obviously, we'll be at the small boutique Fashion Week in February. We'll be there, so we'll be covering you. We get to see you on stage doing what you do.
Yes.
Now, people, again, the modeling agents, the modeling world, like anything else, they put people in boxes.
Yes.
They'll see somebody and go, okay, you're this, you're that. Now, from my research, they call you a plus size model.
What?
I don't see any. I mean, again, nothing against the plus size, but you again, very beautiful woman, very slender shape. Is that a bothersome feeling to say, you know what, I put the work in and do what I got to do to preserve myself to be the way I can for the clients that hire me, and somebody just comes and goes, okay, she's that.
Yeah, it's something that is like, it boggles my mind that we still have these people like in these box categories and like either they're one thing or the other. I'm like, it shouldn't be like that. It should be all inclusive.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I'm more in between. I'm between like a 6 and an 8. So I'm not straight size. I'm not plus size. I'm in the middle, and I don't see a lot of representation of us like in the middle models.
Right.
And it's like, sure, I've done straight size shows. Sure, I've done plus size shows. But I mean, I'm trying to fit in where I fit in.
And
so
you're to look that most people, most women, or a majority of people, women are in that category. I mean, I would think, it's not the size 2,
Yeah.
That's not realistic.
Not.
That's almost deathbeth.
Like me, I can't go down to a size 2.
But see, most of those.
It wouldn't even look right. Like it wouldn't.
But see, that's like those little walking skeleton people, because that's what they really look at. They want to have mannequins to go out there and wear the clothing, and that's what they really try to get those 0s to 2s, which nobody really fits that.
I'm looking at you. They got you as a BBW.
Mo, sorry, Rodeo.
Not like that.
That didn't say BBW.
Charles, Kevin, please
All
tell us.
So I'm gonna just question now, why is everybody so tall in modeling? Because you gotta be like 6'1", 6'2". What's wrong with the short 5 foot? 5?
No, actually,
Don't look right in
there,
camera.
There have been I know models that have issues if they're too tall too. Like 5'9" is like the like 5'9", 5'10" seems like the perfect
Now,
range.
how tall are you?
I'm 6 feet.
You're 6 feet. Okay.
Yeah, but then when my heels forget it, I'm like 6'4", 6'5". So it's like.
Hello there, little man.
Backstage is gonna be, I'm knocking at your door.
But not.
I'm a Virgo, like walks
do
in
you
the park.
notice that most models are 6 foot? Like even male models, there's no
Yes.
short male
Yes,
models.
there's
I
no
would like
short.
to be a model. I think I'm cute
Sorry,
enough to be a
Charlie.
model.
Sorry, Charlie.
But it's.
I'm only
But it's
5'8" and a half, maybe 5'9" with some ACGs on. Who knows? But at the end of the day, it's not fair. Like, why the short people can't model for? I
They're
want to model.
gonna say wear lifts.
That's the thing that we have to make our own way. We have to push ourselves in there to make sure that we're all represented. Like we can't let them continue to box us into these categories and think, oh, that's the norm. No, it's not the norm.
How do you change that? How is, like, we just had somebody on a political side saying they're trying to change things from a political standpoint. How do we change the viewpoints and, I guess, the biases in the fashion world?
I mean, for me, it's like if I go to a casting and says, oh, they're only looking for size 0 to 4. I'm like, let me go and see. Because you never know what they're looking for. Like, they might say 0 to 4, but there's something in me that they could see that they haven't thought of before. Like, you definitely have to put that out there. Like, there's more to it than what you're specifying in between. So it's like, change your mindset.
Exactly.
And plus, doesn't also go by also what the outfit looks like and how it look
like
on the
even
person.
Me being a 6'8", I work with a designer that only designs size 4, and I fit into her clothes. So it's like I'm a whole range of sizes. Like, you don't know how my measurements could fit into that particular outfit, and you never know.
Especially there's only one outfit. Listen, I ain't got that size.
Just do the best you can to get into this thing here. We're talking to the supermodel, lovely Jaquii. Starting back when you first got started into this thing. Well, I mean, obviously you're a tall woman. Was sports and athletics or something physical, modeling, was it always something that you thought you would do, or was it just somebody saw you and said, "Wow, it's a very attractive young girl. She's got a nice build. She should be modeling"? How did that metamorphosis happen?
As I stated before, like, it was just a random off chance. Like, in college, I saw a flyer for a casting for a local like school show. I was like, oh, let me check it out.
What school was that?
NYU.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yes, I got beauty and brains. I am a CPA.
I can do that.
I am a CPA. I am an accountant, so.
All right.
Okay.
And it's perking down. It's like, major student loan, okay.
we need one of those on the team, but I digress. But you were saying, so the NYU, so again, being at NYU, you go, you see a casting.
Yeah, I go ahead, I try out. It was like they had a show where they got like clothes from different stores, so it was like more like a sponsorship thing, and I got picked. I mean, I didn't even practice how to walk. I just like, what the heck, let me just try it.
Gave him that Bronx swag.
Yeah, and it's worked since. And everyone compliments me on my walk. There's really regal, it's elegant. I'm like long legs. I'm like, you know, I'm doing something.
Yeah.
So.
Now, when you doing the runway, I know people always say you look like Tracy Ross. Because I told my brother, we saw the picture.
I'm like, Tracy, hit me out. Let's do a shoot together.
I'm telling you, I said, look just like
I definitely do want to work with her. So I'm putting it out there.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that.
I forgot her name, De La Rosa, one of the actresses from Blackish. She was on the show last year, so maybe she.
I got Tracy on the Facebook, so I'll see if I put that up for you.
Yeah, so we'll make it work. We're talking to a lovely Jaquii.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, Sugar Hill's one of my favorite movies. Hey, I want to give a big thanks and big shout to EK&S Syndications. Again, EK&S Syndications has helped 9 Feet Lounge grow into, I call it a household brand. We've now become nationwide because of them. And again, if you are a network or a show and looking to grow, you better have some talent first. But EK&S Syndications is the place. Look them up on Facebook, EK&S Syndications.
If you got 10 stacks,
and
you're good.
Well, yeah, and tell them 9 Feet Lounge. Because my plugs don't come cheap. It's news time, and news is presented by EK&S Syndications. Again, the leader in syndication for radio and TV broadcasting. We're here with the lovely Jaquii, and Jaquii says she don't really follow news, but we're gonna keep it nice and low.
You got a TV?
Damn.
This disrespectful. Damn. That's too disrespectful.
I kind of watch it for the weather mostly.
Oh, okay.
She said,
listen, you don't have to have a TV no more.
Well,
you can watch it on the phone. You can watch it on a tablet. You can watch it on many different other.
Rodeo still turns a knob.
For the record, when we was on vacation, I had the brothers came to my house and we broke bread and watched the.
No, we didn't break bread. There was no food.
Oh.
We watched TV.
We were going on.
We watched TV and was hungry.
You had no bread there. You had no rolls.
Nah, he had that OE. He had that OE though. He had that 22 OE for me though. He did that OE.
32 ounce of old English.
I don't even know.
And your stepson wanted to smoke some bud. That was all that was there. And we don't. Nobody does that here. So let's go to news, and we start off with a really heart-wrenching story about David Otunga and Jennifer Hudson. For those who have been following it, they have a child together, and there's been some issues with custody. Jennifer Hudson claimed that Otunga was abusive to her and the child. They find out there was no charges, that it was all made up, and it was really made up because Jennifer Hudson didn't want him to see his child, nor did she want to let him know that she was having an affair with another gospel artist. Wow. So I want to go to
Guess they was praying well, huh?
Yeah, very well, yeah.
Wow.
Don't sing no more gospel music, please. You give him a bad name. But let me go to you, Jaquii. And I know you're not really familiar with this situation, but just when women use the court system or use the business system of police and what have you to keep men away from their kids, when men get a bad rap already about not being good fathers, your thoughts?
I think it's kind of disappointing that women would go that route to kind of keep their child away from their actual father. Like, I mean, with all the stigma on like deadbeat dads and stuff like that, why are you feeding into that?
Right.
Into that stigma? Why are you creating that situation to kind of have one more statistic in there?
And it goes to show that it doesn't have to be just the common person. You're talking about Jennifer Hudson. Yeah. Your thoughts on this backstage?
I always never been a fan of women or men.
Not women.
Women or
no.
Listen. To you already jumping into the thing before I finish.
I know what you said.
Quiet. No, I said a woman or a man using their kids as a pawn to go and do certain things like that, just to try to get back at the other one, leave the kids out of it.
Exactly. Like they're innocent. You guys created them out of love at some point, so
maybe it was out of lust. I don't know. What about you? Speaking of lust,
backstage.
Got him.
You keep saying backstage. That's not backstage.
I mean, this has been a few weeks. Classic man. I mean, your thoughts?
I mean, that's horrible. Because it's the child involved. And I actually like David Otunga. He's a real smart, and people don't know, he actually has a Harvard grad. And he's a wrestler, but he's a smart dude. And he's really he's a good dude from what I've seen of him. And for all of this to happen, I mean, and he stuck by her through all her situations she had with family and all of that. He rocked out. He stepped off the wrestling ring and stayed with her and did what he had to do. And then for you to go and now you're going behind with some guy and claiming he's doing all this and he's not doing anything. that's destructive to his career.
No, to her career now.
Well, I mean, but now he got labeled as an abusive husband and an abusive father.
Yeah.
You can lose a lot of money. You can lose deals, and
you can lose your life.
You can lose life.
Yeah.
And now
you're wrong, Effie. You're wrong.
So I feel
no
bad for the
spotlight
whole
on
situation.
Jennifer. No spotlight.
And I am telling you.
No spotlight.
Jennifer hasn't made a song in
Next.
I don't know how long.
Cut it.
Let's move on.
Next.
Rodeo, one of your favorite restaurants, Subway, or former.
It's too healthy
right
for
there,
him.
no boy.
It's too healthy for me.
Well, I can't even put that on Subway because Jared Fogel's not in Subway no more. Jared Fogel, who obviously used to be the spokesperson for Subway, is still in prison, and I guess it's starting to feel the heat, and it's not from the Subway ovens. He's trying to find a loophole to get out of prison. Fogel wrote a legal doc to himself, and it concluded for sure that the essence of the reason why he's in prison is because it was a miss. Something about the judge had a miss. No, it was a miss situation by the judge, a misinvolvement of the pictures that should not have been submissible in court. This is what he's trying to say, that something that they presented as evidence should not have been submissible. But obviously he still did it, but he's just trying to find a loophole. Similar to the guy running against Alexandria, loopholes.
Yeah, I didn't do it.
Jaquii, let me go to our guest, Jared Fogel. Should he stay in prison?
I mean, if he did what he did, like, hello, he should be in prison. Like, why are you trying to get out of it?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand. You did the crime.
Do the crime.
Do the time.
Yeah.
Beretta.
No, he should have worse than prison.
Nah, he should be under the prison for touching them kids.
He's lucky he's just still alive.
He's only served 2 years, but 15 years sentence.
Oh, good. He got time.
Yeah,
He be
so
all right.
he make a lot of.
There's no subways in prison.
Well, he is getting the 6 inch.
He's getting 6'6", all right.
He's getting a 6 to 12 inch long.
6 to a foot long, most likely. Got him.
It ain't gonna cost him $5 either.
I know it's gonna cost him
What
a little
else
more
you
than
want on the
$5.
sandwich?
You
Got a lot
want-
of meat inside, you know.
Jared, you sit down. You call him Genie instead of Jared.
That's why his mouth is open.
Let's move on. That was a bad choice of news.
Got him.
It's non-free lounge presented by EK and
We back, we back.
And next up is Nelly. Nelly's going through some things, and obviously
His
he
music.
it's a situation going on with an alleged rape situation,
Oh.
and the pictures have just come out of the alleged situation. Your thoughts on Nelly? I don't know if you're a fan of Nelly or.
I'm about to some of his songs. I mean, he hasn't really done anything
What, Country
recently,
Grammar?
so, I mean, I don't really know what he's up to. I mean, I did kind of.
He's up to some bad things.
Yeah.
But what's the story?
Well, he's being accused of rape.
Yeah.
On a tour bus, and the pictures have just come out of that situation. TMZ are now presented the pictures first. Like I said, the most credible news source.
But I mean, is it a recent situation that happened, or
Yes,
something
a
from
few
previous?
months ago, right?
Oh, okay.
And the young lady, Monique Green, has filed a lawsuit, and it's against him for sexual assault, and it's Nelly vowed to sue her. He said that it was consensual. But just let me go to you. I mean, we're seeing these things in Hollywood. Obviously, the Me Too movement, and a lot of things that are starting to happen. But this time, Nelly's pushing back. Your thoughts?
I mean, if he feels that it was consensual, then he should push back, as anybody should push back. Anybody up here, if you know that she said yes, but then she comes out and a month and a half later she said, "Oh, I said no." You looking at her like, "Baby, we said yes the whole way through. We was saying morning yes when we was in the middle of it. Why not?"
Jaquii, as a model, have you been in those situations where you've had to say push people away who
Yeah, my dressing
Thankfully,
room.
I haven't
Thank
gone
God.
to that
Yes.
part because I guess more my demeanor, like you
That
ain't messing
Bronx,
with me,
huh?
like it ain't gonna happen.
Mace.
It's gonna be something more
But
than Mace.
in terms of like this whole movement going on and stuff like that, like you definitely have to be cautious. Like it's now in the time where you kind of be careful of how you act,
Right.
like and what you do, and like how not saying that you have to limit who you are. Like if that's who you are, that's who you are. But
Right.
it's like someone might not know. No, you
Right,
personally might
right.
take that the wrong way. So it's like it's kind of a little slippery
It's
slope
an
there.
iffy
yes.
thing to go
Yeah.
about.
I
Yes.
thought it was China. First.
But can't it just be about money? Isn't it just about money? Like
It's always about money.
He could have did a dirty or something like that, so she got mad. So now she's gonna say, okay, he raped me, and now I'm gonna get him.
But you know,
and it could have been consensual, but now
it could be about money, and also at the same time, it could also be, but that's also with the Me Too movement. You know, it's just a situation right now.
Well,
that
she claims that Nelly offered her $2,500 just to go away. Maybe that was
$2,500.
But see, the whole thing is that it's just any of those things that should have at least go out through the courts and then just get settled out that way,
right?
And just take it from there.
We move on. OJ's in the news.
Oh, gosh.
I just bought a new Bugatti.
Oh, with his New Jersey?
Oh, yes, he had. Yes, that's the picture of Shaw has. He has his new Buffalo Bills jersey.
Oh.
OJ, who is suing, getting ready to try to sue a casino that knocked him out, but was asked with the recent pregnancy of Khloe Kardashian, is Khloe his daughter? So a reporter asked.
He's definitely not a real Kardashian.
A reporter asked, should he be? He's coming up being a grandfather, and OJ said no. It's not his child, he reiterated. To the panel, let me start with Classic. Do you really think OJ is the father of Khloe Kardashian?
Oh, stop. Leave him alone. Stop, leave him alone too. He need to go back and go hide somewhere with his Balenciaga and relax.
He bought a new Bugatti.
Yeah, go sit there with your Bentley truck and go find somewhere to hibernate, bro. Just get out the limelight.
You know what?
Okay.
Khloe Kardashian now trying to look like Anna Nicole Smith. She got yeah, she was on Jimmy Kimmel's. Had to look like Anna Nicole Smith.
Jimmy Kimball's?
Kimball.
He does. He's black to
Kimball.
red.
That's the right name, Kimball?
You say Kimball's.
Oh, like Kimball's.
Jaquii, like, what's Kimball's? You're showing your age, Rodeo. So again, I mean, what did you think, Baxter? You think that's something that?
No.
What about you, Ro? You seem to think that's his daughter.
I think it's his daughter, but ironically now that it's been years, I mean, even though they don't want to accept it, it's up to them two if they want to,
But personally, who cares?
Well, somebody. It's a Kardashian story, so they all going. Somebody's going to care.
Yeah, who cares?
They tired.
They're all
out.
rich.
It's done. Who cares?
OJ might want some of that Kardashian money.
Yeah,
well,
back child support.
My daughter.
Back daddy support.
Go to Cavalier games. We move on. Obviously, we saw in the news the H&M model, the young kid that had the shirt, the sweater, and it's been a real backlash on H&M. His mother, the H&M model's kid's mother, has come out and said it was no big deal. And his mother is from Stockholm, Terry Mango. It's a Kenyan woman living in Stockholm, where H&M obviously is located. She felt like it wasn't a big deal. People are saying that maybe she's just saying that because she doesn't want to rock the boat. Or maybe she's just not really familiar with some of the hardships that we deal with in the United States.
H&M gave her some hush money to say something because a lot of people now going to boycott them.
I think it's more of the second half that you said that due to that, not many people, but her being out in Stockholm, she doesn't know the plight of the people in America. So it doesn't mean nothing to her.
Yeah.
But then everybody like LeBron and all of them came to, and Puffy came to him, but it doesn't really.
Oh, and also she mentioned that there was no $1 million off on Puffy. So, Puffy, you're on the clock. But let me go back to Jaquii. You're a model.
Yes.
Let's say a situation happens where something is superimposed. How do you take that from a model perspective? Like we saw that in sports where like we had athletes kneeling, but there was owners who felt like I don't want my players kneeling. You have a job to do. It becomes, do I kneel or do it a job? Hold on.
Okay. So
when it comes to the fashion game, it was something similar like this that you had to deal. Hopefully never. But what's your thoughts on how you think you might approach it?
In terms of like in modeling, I kind of, if I'm signing an agreement, a contract or something to do something, then I can't really like complain or do it since I already signed the contract. Like for this H&M situation, like I'm sure they signed a contract beforehand. Like they don't know what clothes they're modeling beforehand, so they didn't know that this was.
And you would know that being a model, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Like sometimes I don't even know what I'm wearing until
You don't have no say if they tell you to put on something and you may. I'm not cool with that. You don't really have a say.
I could express my opinion, but if it's gonna cost me the job, it depends on like on the if it's something that definitely I don't agree with my morals, then I'll
humiliate you. Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
But then
Definitely wouldn't do that.
wasn't this whole thing with the kids out? But was just the wording about the monkey thing?
It
but
was the word.
Yeah.
But the whole thing was that it was like an animal thing, an animal motif that they was doing for all the kids at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying.
But why they had to put the
white
jungle
kid.
on the black kid?
Yeah, the white kid.
But I'm saying, but we look at it that way. Like I said, but in
Well,
Stockholm, it might not have been some different.
somebody in H&M has got to be sensitive to the fact of what they're doing. I mean, let's.
But if they not, if they
but
not
it's
of
overseas,
America,
though.
it's
You
a
gotta
different
understand.
thing.
They got Americans. They making American dollars.
But the whole thing is, it's not. It wasn't meant. I'm not saying. I'm not defending them. I'm just saying, but it might not have been something that they looked as being a harmful thing.
Someone reviewing the pictures would have just reviewing the posing or something. Like they wouldn't have looked at the words on the sweatshirt or something like that. Like,
Listen,
I mean,
I'm in marketing. Somebody's got to be somewhere sitting before that hits the press and go, wait a minute, this don't look right.
Something ain't right here.
But here's the thing: is that if it's overseas and the climate that we're in right now, what's not right? What's wrong?
But that might have been an overseas
I
pick,
get you. I
but
hear
it was
you.
promoted for the United States market.
I hear you.
So
You know, if they think they didn't do nothing wrong, why they apologizing then?
Well, not because of the backlash. You got
No,
guys.
no, because of their money.
No.
If they
Well, I mean,
feel
you
that
got
they ain't do
people
nothing
running in
wrong,
stores.
if I ain't do nothing wrong, why should I'm not gonna apologize?
Because if you got people running in stores, trashing stores now, acting stupid.
Well, that's
people
like what
are
Kev said.
and now
Somebody
people
should have said something.
somebody's got to know.
But
just
now
like-
you got people boycotting H&M, and now they're gonna say, okay, we're sorry, we didn't see it that way. Like you could do something and be like, in hindsight, 2020, yeah, we could have caught it, but right now, all right, the best we could do is say sorry and move on.
And that's all you can. And that's all you can. And that's all you're
That's
gonna
it.
do. Because I mean, it's like anything else. You're gonna go and apologize, even if you feel that you're
Well,
not.
I'm-
Even if you feel that you're still in the right,
Ed,
but you're still gonna
I've
apologize.
known you for over 30 years. You a dark-skinned brother. You mean tell me, as a black man,
I'm not-
that didn't bother you?
I personally, like I said, I didn't look at it. If I'm like I say, if it's from a out of a country thing, I don't know what the mindset is. 'Cause like if we sit there and we put certain things out over into another country, and they'll look at us and they'll get say, "Oh, didn't you know about blah blah blah?"
Yeah, yeah.
So you know, it's like a different thing. I can't say what their mindset.
That woman
was.
is from
Yeah.
Africa. You gonna tell me she don't
She
know?
might not
I
care.
think they told her to say.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, somebody got.
She might not care.
No, well,
Somebody told her.
exactly.
Because like if you look in China, if you look at in
Because,
China,
no,
they
she
love
was
them.
getting a lot of people saying how could the parent let them do that to her son.
Well, we have a model here that says that's not the case, so we keep
Okay.
moving. We're going to end news off the last thing, and one of Justin's Classic's favorite people, LeVar Ball,
Big baller brand.
is back in the news,
Yes,
and it
baby.
seems that Big Baller Brand's being sued by apparel manufacturer over non-payment. It seems that all the T-shirts and hats and all the things that Big Baller is carrying, they're not making payment. Also, this week they got a F from the Better Business Bureau. So it hasn't been a good week for AK LeVar Ball. Your thoughts, Rodeo?
Listen, I mean, he's going against major corporations like Nike, Reebok. So of course, when something negative come out, they're gonna jump and run with it. Also, quote unquote racist thing. You know, he is a black man and he is jumping into a corporate world in fashion.
Jaquii, do you know who LeVar Ball is?
Yeah, I do.
That's official. That means he is famous.
His son didn't play at NYU, but nevertheless. So your thoughts on this? Again, you're an innovator. You're somebody who's entrepreneurial in your modeling game. Here's a father that's trying to take on a really well-oiled conglomerate, and maybe he's doing it in ways that people are uncomfortable. But what is your thoughts on LeVar Ball and the fact of somebody really trying to go out as an entrepreneur?
I mean, this is the land of opportunity. If you want to start your own business, like you have the right to do so. Like,
True.
I mean, why? I mean, definitely you should have a business plan in place and know what your market is,
Preach.
who you're working with, like who are your like competitors and stuff like that, and kind of get that research down pat before you present what you want to do. And
No doubt.
definitely that's one of the things. I mean, accounting. Hello.
That's right.
What
Maybe
happens?
I'm waiting
LeVar,
on-
give Jaquii a call. She's not got the pretty face.
I'm waiting on my shoes too. You know?
Well, you're gonna be waiting a long time. Classic.
I mean, pay your bills. If you got bills, pay your bills. You running around the country and the world talking every other thing in the world, but now you can't pay your bills? Like, come on, bro.
The check is late like the shoes are late.
People still complaining they got the wrong sizes, the wrong colors. Like, what kind of business or organization you running over there, bro?
So LeVar's perpetrating the fraud that people say we don't pay our bills.
Yeah, he's perpetrating the fraud. You sitting there, you got the mouth running 1,000,000 miles an hour, but now you getting it thrown in your face and you not saying nothing. Come defend your big baller brand. If it's such the big baller brand you call it, defend it. Speak
big
up.
baller means big bills.
Yeah, baby.
That ends news today. Again, I want to thank you, Jaquii, for coming up. I know you have a big event happening coming up. Fashion, small business fashion. We're gonna get you involved with that. Maybe not.
She give you a look at you like what you talking about?
You know something I don't know?
Nigga roll, please. Nigga roll, please.
We'll have to book you there.
She's like, are you clairvoyant?
Must be the hat. Must
For
be the hat.
information, give your website. We can reach out to you, social media.
You can follow me on Instagram. It's NoIG Jaquii, NoIGJaquii.
She's sassy. The lovely Jaquii. Thank you so much, honey.
Thank you.
With 2 E's or 1?
No, none.
One, no E. There is no E in
Black
that.
Tourette's.
Yo, can I get it in the morning? Every Saturday I be up, know your name. 950 Lounge on Square.